This is Trade Flow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. Trade Flow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
Welcome back to Trade Flow TV. You know the drill. Markets move fast, and if you're not ahead, you're under. It is Friday, July 17th, 2026, and we are staring down the most terrifying weekend hold of the commodity supercycle. The physical shortages we tracked all week have finally broken the corporate credit markets. What started as margin compression is now mutating into outright bankruptcies and emergency sovereign intervention. If you are holding paper liabilities into this weekend, you are the exit liquidity. Let's get you caught up for the Friday finale. First up, the 60-second commodities flash. Brent breaks $130 and airlines crack. The energy ceiling has blown off. Brent crude spiked to $131.20 a barrel in early European trading. Overnight, the unthinkable happened. A major regional budget airline officially filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection, citing an absolute inability to secure aviation fuel. Aviation equities are in a freefall this morning. Meanwhile, an emergency G7 metals summit is called. The tech bailouts are in motion. Following yesterday's desperate pleas from Silicon Valley, the G7 has announced an emergency closed-door weekend summit with top semiconductor and AI hardware CEOs. Rumors are swirling that governments plan to announce a coordinated strategic metals freeze by Sunday night, effectively dictating allocation quotas for physical copper and silver. Silver OTC tests $200. The final scramble before the G7 summit is here. Terrified industrial procurement officers are aggressively bidding up the market. Unverified, massive block trades for physical silver are reportedly clearing near $200.00 per ounce. LME copper has similarly surged past $21,500 per ton. Finally, armed escorts are deployed for agri-freight. Following isolated incidents of highway freight theft, two major North American transport syndicates announced a change. They will no longer deliver bulk agricultural goods like wheat, corn, and cooking oils to wholesale distribution hubs without direct armed National Guard escorts. Let us take a deep dive into why $130 oil is triggering immediate corporate bankruptcies and how the rumored G7 weekend summit could end free market price discovery for tech metals forever. The data hitting global terminals this Friday morning proves that we are no longer trading financial instruments. We are trading sovereign survival. Here is what is driving the Friday tape. Look at the energy bankruptcy contagion. We warned you on Thursday that fleet groundings were just the beginning. When Brent crude crosses $130, it is no longer just inflation. It is an extinction-level event for highly leveraged, energy-intensive businesses. The Chapter 11 filing from the regional airline overnight is the canary in the coal mine. Airlines, global shipping logistics companies, and industrial heavy manufacturers operate on razor-thin margins and massive debt piles. At $130 a barrel, their daily operating expenses exceed their revenues. They are literally burning cash to keep the lights on. The market is waking up to the fact that this energy spike will trigger a wave of corporate defaults. Stay far away from consumer discretionary. This brings us to the G7 metals freeze and the end of the free market. If you hold physical silver or copper, this weekend is the most critical juncture of the decade. The AI tech consortiums realize they cannot outbid sovereign nations for physical metal, so they have begged their host governments for a bailout. The emergency G7 summit is terrifying. The rumors suggest Western governments will invoke national security protocols to create a strategic tech metals reserve. This means they could legally dictate who gets to buy silver and copper, essentially freezing the free market. Industrial buyers know this, which is why they are paying $200 an ounce in the OTC market today. They want the physical atoms in their own vaults. At the same time, look closer at the militarization of the supply chain. When we reported on digital supermarket rationing, we noted the psychological panic it would cause. Today, that panic has reached the wholesale distribution layer. Because physical food inventory is so incredibly scarce, driven by astronomical fertilizer costs, grain is now a target. The fact that transport syndicates are demanding armed escorts proves that the just-in-time supply chain has fundamentally broken down into a localized security crisis. This is a sticky floor for prices. Here is the trade flow take. Welcome to the Friday risk-off bloodbath. The airline bankruptcy proves that $130 oil is destroying the corporate credit market. Do not hold speculative paper positions over this weekend. The G7 Metals Summit threatens to rewrite the rules of global commerce by Monday morning. Maintain maximum defense. Hold your physical frontline energy and metal producers with an iron grip and prepare for a historic gap on Sunday night's futures open. Move with purpose. Head over immediately to TradeFlow TV to keep your analytical pipeline synchronized with macro reality. Stay liquid, stay sharp. Have a highly defensive weekend, and we will see you on the other side.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.